Also mentioned guilt and that a lot of survivors experience that survivor's guilt. What do you recommend to someone who's struggling with that?
Yes, so guilt is a very natural feeling like a lot of people experience after disaster. So, and then we kind of normalize that experience. Yes, so many people feel the guilt, but at the same time, they also need to really think about their life. So their life is going on. And then so in the future, they can help, more people as well. So we don't really deny the experience. Yes, that's a natural feeling. Yeah, that's normal to feel. But kind of like I try to help them to more like a coping skill. A lot of people actually develop more coping skill after they experience the disaster. So kind of like I try to navigate them to engage with more coping or engage with like more their strengths. So yes, so we pretty much like are kind of helping the people navigating from guilt to more strength base.
You mentioned, well, you emphasize the concept of the inner nurturing figure in your work. So can you explain what that means and how people can use it to become more resilient?
Yes. So I really like encourage having more like a nurturing parent voice inside. But when we experience like those disasters, a lot of people give extra pressure to themselves. So like people say, I need to be strong, so I need to be survive, so I cannot be selfish. So and then those voices are very common, like people have. And then they are very like a judgmental, critical to themselves sometimes. So that's why kind of helping them to have more like a nurturing voice inside. So, like talking to themselves, yes, that's a very challenging experience and feel tired, feel stressed, feel sad. But that's very normal. And then kind of like, giving more compassion and the care for themselves. So make sure like, they have that kind of supportive voice inside. So that's the way like, how I have been supporting the survivors.
How hard is it to kind of switch that voice on?
Yes, because like a lot of people have that critical parent voice inside, and in general, they have like the critical parent voice inside, but it got triggered more after experience the disaster. So sometimes like a more community support is helpful. So people kind of like having that voice each other, and then eventually they can actually like take that voice inside. Yes, like we can, take care of ourselves and like, as a community, so we can have the voice. So sometimes like individual work is difficult, but I think with the community, people can have that kind of voice in the community, and then that can lead to more resilience in the community.
Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting because I feel like you said, a lot of people have that critical inner voice, but if they were talking to a friend or a loved one, yeah, who had the same concerns they did or going through what they had, they would not be speaking that way to their loved one. So I think it is very interesting what you say about the community. It's a way to reframe it and then realize how lacking in compassion you are to yourself.
Yes, yes. And I think community is really supporting those process. And then after like, each person has that like a inner nurturing voice, then so they can model the voice to children eventually. So children can understand, okay, feeling stress, feeling a lot of emotional distress, it's normal. But I am seeing my parents how to take care of themselves. And then so, children can internalize the same way what the parents or community does.